Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league?
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday, starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 3 of our 3.5, 4.5 hour extravaganza. Watching a little football, a little hockey, a little college basketball. Some interesting NBA news. I did not see this, but field goal for the
Scott,
Falcons.
I was going to say.
That's right.
Field goal, yeah, 56-yard field goal, 24-3. And let me just throw out a quick college basketball play and we get to the news, just because this game is going off the board here momentarily. One of the best teams in the country, guys, as far as overs are concerned. And we all know I love to bet on the over. Queens, North Carolina. University of Queens, North Carolina, Scott, 9-2 to the over on the season. And they played against some real teams already this year, and the games are just complete track meets. And they're playing against Auburn tonight. So the Auburn Tigers, the total was 173.5 last night. And like an idiot, I actually bet it in advance, thinking it was going to go up. And it went down to 171.5. And it's closed now. It's 172.5. We're getting ready for tip-off right now. But, yeah, this Queens team, guys, they really get after it. They play, their last game they played against Dark. They've been off. That's the only thing I should know, guys. I was wondering about that. They've been off since December the 16th. So they played at Arkansas, Scott. They lost 108-80. All right, so we racked up 188 in that game. They went to Wake Forest. They lost 111-73. They beat South Carolina State 102-78. They beat Weber State 107-74. Virginia put 94 up on them, 94-69. You see where I'm going here. They've actually played against real teams. They played against Villanova 94-77. Like I said, they're one of the best over teams in the country at 9-2 to the over. Let's go over 171.5. It's 172.5. I still like it. It's tipping off now in a couple of minutes here.
All right. Yeah, there was one of those teams. Is that the team that I was looking at last week or 2 weeks ago that was just playing all these great teams? No, it wasn't that. There was another team like that was just playing just one great team after another, and they were getting annihilated by 40 points. It's not them. This team is actually halfway decent, but they do like giving up 100 points. They've either scored
Denver
or
12-0, Scott, to the over
Wow.
now. The Denver Pioneers, I brought them up a couple of weeks ago. Still have not had an under on the season. Yeah, the top total teams, over teams, Denver, Northwestern State, believe it or not, are 8-1 to the over. The Utah Utes are 10-2 to the over. Eastern Washington are another straight just over cash team. And UL Monroe are 10-2. And I talked about American University games going over the number. American are 9-2 to the over.
Yeah. And what do all those teams basically have in common, Gabe? They're not marquee names, right? You're never going to get, like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over that. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
And those teams can't recruit. It's tough to recruit to America or Queen, one of somebody's schools. So you've got to pitch it that, hey, listen, we play run and gun basketball.
We're going to run and gun. Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to get to play against big-time teams and big arenas and stuff, and we're going to let you shoot all the time. Right, you get to shoot. Right? If you look at the biggest unders, UT Arlington are actually 1-9 to the over. So 9-1 to the under. Northern Iowa, who have always sort of been an under team, Scott, you think of, they're 9-2 to the under. Canisius are 9-2 to the under. Hawaii are 8-2 to the under. Boise State are 8-2 to the under. Fordham are 8-2 to the under. Bowling Green 8-2. Missouri State 7-2 to the under. There's some big time teams too, actually, that are big unders. Like North Carolina is 10-3 to the under on the season. Minnesota's 9-3. Duke, Scott, I know you played. I remember you played a Duke under. Duke are 9-3 to the under. St. John's are 8-3 to the under.
That's surprising because Rich let his guys run and gun, right? And here's the thing about all those, like, you take those top teams, and like now might be the time you start going the other way. Because I will tell you, last year. Well, now
conference play starting, so now the numbers will change a bit too, right? So a lot of these are non-conference games.
Yeah, like last year, like the biggest split was you had some around 10-13, like, but Denver's not going to go 24-1 under. You just wonder how many more will they keep on going overs. But the biggest,
you got to ride the wave though, man. There's always a couple of teams that is just sort of this special run, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's a special run.
Teams.
I mean, look, how many teams, how many games do they play nowadays? 30, 32, whatever it is, 34?
30, yeah.
So whatever. They're 30, let's call it a third way through the season.
Yeah. Things change a little bit during, non-conference games. But
that's the thing. Conference play, it becomes more competitive, less blowouts, less higher scoring games, right? So we're going to find out, actually, right? We're going to see. We'll find out. Listen, Michigan look unstoppable. They're 12-0. They keep on just murdering teams. Now let's see. All right, they're going to play against some real teams now in the Big Ten, and we're going to find out just how good they are. But I tell you what, they look pretty damn good. They've already played real teams in non-conference play. So for the record, tonight they ended up winning 112-71 as 23.5-point favorites. 112-71.
Covered it easily. Denver, by the way, just to put in your little calendar, they play next on Wednesday. Kansas City they take on. Home game. So that team that's 12-1 over.
They host that 0-1 is debatable. That's one of those, depending on what your number was. Like, it could be 12-0 or it could be 11-0 to 11-01 to the number. It was one of those type of deals. USC is at Michigan. So that's Michigan's first Big Ten game this Friday, actually. Friday the 2nd, 7 o'clock Eastern, USC at Michigan. That's Michigan at Penn State, Wisconsin at Michigan, Michigan at Washington, Michigan at Oregon. I'm just sort of skipping. I'm looking here. What's that first big sort of oh boy game?
Yeah.
Michigan at Michigan State. That's their first sort of like, okay. Yeah, January the 30th. Michigan at Michigan State.
That'll be big. That'll be huge.
And they got a non-conference one, Scott, February 21st, and that Big Ten ACC stuff they do. Michigan at Duke, February 21st.
That's cool. That's one thing about college basketball. You actually get some of these big-time matchups. It's actually a lot of fun. So, the news I was going to tell you, the Joker limps off the court. Someone stepped on his foot. His knee
Scott,
buckled.
we got a touchdown. Sorry. Every time you get the news, something happens. Last time, Last time we're like, oh, there's a field goal. So Ferguson, Terrence Ferguson, 27-yard touchdown catch. The Rams scrapping their way back in this game, 24-9, extra point pending.
We're back. Stafford's up to 196. It was a big number,
Let's
but we
go.
played it. It's looking halfway
Yeah, and
decent.
if they fought this way back, they're going to try to come back and win, Scott. Like they haven't quit, you know?
Yeah. Puka's only got 3 for 29, but that's okay. At this point, we just
Can we get a
some
stop?
points on there.
Can they stop Robinson? That's the question. Can we get a stop, from a Ram perspective? But what about that total, though, Scott? It was 44.5, and I said, man, that feels light. What is it now? 51.5.
Yeah, 50.5 on FanDuel.
So Joker's hurt. He stumbled off the court.
Yeah. So someone just kind of walked back into his foot. His knee buckled. He limped off the court, and now they're going to have an MRI. So it's not like something like, okay, he'll be back. Listen, you get an MRI nowadays almost for anything, but, when it's the Joker after the start of the season he's had, that's big news.
At least it's early in the season if he's going to get hurt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Get it out of the way now.
Yeah. But, man, he had that 56-point performance and everything else. I mean, that's the last thing they need, right?
We got a close one with the Knicks. I didn't bet the NBA tonight, Scott. I bet the Michigan game. I bet the Queens Auburn game. I bet the NFL game. I bet the Buffalo Sabre game. But NBA, I was like, I sort of looked at it, and I was like, I'll sort of pass on it. But I have a lot of close games. Hawks only down by 5 against Oklahoma City, and Pelicans are leading the Knicks, so they're going back and forth right now.
Yeah, Pelicans actually played a little better.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. Yeah, he's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, game day here on the grid. Whole lot going on. Little football, little college basketball, NBA, NHL. Fun night to put a couple of shekels on with the boys in Vegas. You can't bet it all, but we're going to certainly try. So Rams do score, extra point good. So they're down 2 scores now, 24-10. They're still getting 9.5, which I guess that's
Scott,
normal. 51.5 is your total. What's that?
Atlanta picks up a big play. So over the middle to Darnell Mooney for like 20, 30 yards type of deal. And the Rams hit Cousins after the play. So you got a 15-yarder tacked onto this. So the Falcons are already basically like nearly in the red zone. Like they've moved the ball that quickly down the field, which is helping our total, right? I mean, this game is starting to open up a little bit right now. The total's 51.5.
Yeah. Still getting because the Falcons are threatening. That's why. But I was
it's
just
up to 10.5 now. I see.
Yeah. Field goal would make it a 3-score game. Right back to being a 3-score game again. Man, this Falcon, I tell you, between what we saw last night between the Bears and Niners, and maybe some injuries, played an issue in that. But between them and what we've seen out of this Rams defense the last couple of weeks,
they're getting carved up. I know.
Defense. Yeah, just completely.
Not in the NFC, at least.
Team. Yeah, outside of the the Eagles in the NFC, Packers defense got shredded against Baltimore. I mean, think about it,
man. I've got a 49 and a 48.5 though with my total. 2 touchdowns doesn't do it. I need 17 points here. Yeah, I know. And here's Atlanta. Like I said, Atlanta should score here. I'm just worried if the Rams ever sort of tap out here, but we can't complain. There's been 13 points, and it looks like there could be more here. Atlanta are moving the ball. Here's now they're just sort of handing it off to Robinson, and he's squeezing it up. He's up to 159 rushing yards now. We got over 167.5 in game.
I just saw that penalty. The one roughing the passer. He landed on him. It's a stupid rule. I don't like the rule, but you can't land on a guy. As crazy as that sounds, I mean, it's just as moronic as that would. If you told someone that back in 1970 or 80 or 19, I can't land on a quarterback. What? How am I going to tackle him? Well, you can't land on him when you tackle. What?
If you land on him, you can't with an emphasis land on him.
Yeah,
you can land on him you can't exactly. The old, because in the old days, it's sort of like the Terry Bradshaw rule, right? When Turkey Jones picked him up and slammed him down. Players used to pick quarterbacks up like wrestlers and stuff.
Jim McMahon.
The guys that pick the quarterback up and slam him down on his head if they could, and and it was legal. It was oh, what a rough hit, what a tackle. Now, they really, but like you said, now they've got a little soft, with, because in the old days, same thing. Guy would land on you extra hard with his weight and sort of, lean on you getting up and stuff. It's a different era, right? I mean, Buddy Ryan used to tell his players, step on the quarterback or the running back's fingers, after the play.
Fingers, yeah, right.
Yeah. He said, when the quarterback's down on the ground, step on his finger and on his hand if you can. Nowadays, if you did that, they'd freak out.
Oh,
you're dirty, and look, he stepped on Josh Allen's hand for nothing, and the old days was it was part of it. All right, did they get a stop here? So
got Sean Payton suspended.
4th down coming up.
All right. I tell you, they're giving you. See, this is one of those games where they're giving you modest numbers. The computer doesn't know how to calculate this thing. Bijan's got 161 yards, and they're giving you 182.5. Is he going to get 21 more yards? Or 22 more yards?
I would bet, yeah. I'm already on the over. I've hit him a couple of times, but you figure he's got another big run left in him. It's he's always one run away from breaking his bet all the time in the prop.
Yeah. And the Rams are showing no defense here whatsoever. So how many carries? I don't think he has really that many carries because his yards have been for so long. Usually there's a kind of a pitch count, if you will. We can only give the ball 25
Nelly,
times.
Scott. Oh, Nelly.
Rams.
Oh, Nelly.
No. Blocked field goal?
Blocked field goal. Touchdown return.
What?
Whoa.
Whoa. Wow. Now
I said it earlier. Hey, it is the Falcons. I said it is the Falcons.
It is the Falcons.
Happened to them.
Wow.
I swear, he just made a 56-yarder, Scott. And as he was lining up, I thought, I could see something weird happening here. I literally thought, I was like, watch him miss or something here on a 33-yarder now only. Blocked and scooped and scored.
Wow.
Special team says, screw this. We're getting this team back in the game. Special teams coach is all fired up, man. You just made some money tonight, coach. Special teams. You would always talk about one big play. Now it's good job, special teams coach. You know what I mean? That's your play of the year right there. Let's go. Of course, they're showing them now. They got the obligatory fired up special teams coach. I miss the old days, though, Scott. Remember the special teams coaches used to be more eccentric. Now they all look the same. Like the dude looks like McVay and whatever. He's got the hoodie on and the hat and stuff. But remember, like, Richie Avezado, the guy with the Cowboys, like the other guys, chewing gum. There's always like an old man. The special teams is always like look like Burgess Meredith, like in Rocky. Right? There's always some old guy chewing gum at the sideline, an eccentric guy. They're like, he's been. Yeah, Biff. He's been here 57 years. Yeah, he's special teams coach forever. This guy, he's the guy. Like, I mean, doesn't matter who the coach is, he stays. He's one of those type of deals. But yeah, big play right there. And you know what? The dude that blocked it actually scooped and scored it.
Verse, yeah. I'll tell you what, he ran into the back of the end zone. Yeah, give him credit. Unlike these other mopes who stop at the 5-yard line and kind of walk their way in. He made sure he went all the way through. Yeah. Good for him.
I was going to say earlier, too, that'd be a good time for a Kirk Cousins interception, kind of like he's almost due for one. Yeah, isn't he? Like, everything's been going so well for Atlanta. Like, this is a team. They lost 28-3 in the Super Bowl, guys. Like, the Falcons are a team that has lost a lot of weird ways over the years.
Well, this would be right there. 24-10, chance to make it a 3-score game. Not game over.
21-0.
21-0.
21-0 at the half.
On national TV, which always makes it worse. If it's some obscure...
I said at the half, Scott, a lot of them were smiling. Anytime you see football players smile during games and start talking and laughing on the sidelines, means they're losing their mean face. Like, it's like, dude, the game's not over yet. I see that a lot with the Bills. Like, the Bills will get up at home, and they're all joking with the fans on the sidelines. It's like, dude, the game's not over.
We got a game. We'll update the lines when we come back.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. Unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. So late Los Angeles Rams touchdown to close out the third quarter, basically, and we got ourselves a football game. So with that, fourth quarter is getting underway here in a matter of seconds. Let's bring in our good buddy Brady Cannon, SportsGrid host you see in here all the time as he always joins us for our fourth quarter action. So, Brady, how about that? We got ourselves a game. Didn't look like that a little while ago, but a couple of quick scores. It's 24-17. Lines down to Falcons still favored by 43.5, and the over-under is 54.5. What are your impressions so far?
Well, I guess you guys were talking at halftime that you expected the Rams to rally a little bit, and then they come out and they get the ball first, and I believe it was a 3-and-out. They were forced to punt. You're like, wow.
We kind of questioned Brady whether they would or not. To be honest, I wasn't sure. We were worried that they would get down 28-0 and they would pull Stafford and they would quit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're not playing for a whole lot. I believe it's either the 5 or 6 seed, so they don't really have. But everybody wants to show out on Monday Night Football. They also, I think, want to make amends for last week off of a loss to Seattle. And I'm starting to think, I'm like, I've been saying it feels like a couple months now that the Rams are the best team in football, but they're starting to show some chinks in the armor. And we always say, bet on the team that's playing the best in December. I don't know if the Rams are playing their best in December. Now, if they come back and complete this victory, that's going to be pretty impressive. But also, like we were talking about off air, the Falcons, I believe, are the most underachieving team in football, and it's not probably just this season. It feels maybe it's at a peak this season because I think they've had more talent this year than they've had maybe in the last 5 years. But for the last 5 years, when they've been incompetent, basically, they keep acquiring number 1 first-round draft choices. That team is loaded with talent. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Kirk Cousins is not an awful quarterback. But, I mean, linemen, offensive line, the 2 edge rushers they drafted this year. They have so many good players, and they just find a way to foul things up. And I personally blame the coaching staff. I don't know where else you can point to.
They get to stop the Rams, so they're getting the ball back.
Wow.
13:49. They get a 3-and-out stop. They're getting the ball back.
That's
2.5.
brutal.
It's not. Wow.
I mean, yeah. And plus 140 on the money line. I think I'd probably take that. I think the Rams are going to win this game.
The 3.5 doesn't really mean anything. I see a 3.5 still at Bet365. It doesn't really mean anything because they're not going to kick a field goal now, right? It would probably be touchdown or bust to tie the football game.
Well, that's
they
a
can still cover
27-24. 27-24, though. You could see that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Sean McVay is, normally I would say yes, but with McVay, he doesn't like kicking field goals. Like, he only does it if he absolutely positively has to.
Wouldn't go for 2, would he? If they score the touchdown and then make it 24-23, go for 2? Would he do that?
Well, it depends on how quickly they
depend on how much time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully they score quick. They make it 24-24, and we know the game's going to go over after, right? I want to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think your over looks good. I mean, your in-game total now to 54.5. I'm not so sure that doesn't go over as well. The Rams are firing.
They can still cover. I'm telling you, the Falcons, weird things happen in the NFL, right? Guys. Yeah, they could tie it up. Let's say they score here, 24-24. Next thing you know, they score again. They win by 7. Right? Like there's 2 minutes left or something.
What do you guys
it could happen.
Rams? Are they the best team in the NFL, even after what we've seen the last couple of weeks?
Brady, I'm going crazy here. I'm the only one that seems to be, everyone else, like, no one agrees. I think people are sleeping on your San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. I don't understand why the Niners are home underdogs. Seattle are plus 500 to win the Super Bowl right now, and San Francisco are plus 850, plus 900. Yet San Francisco win on Sunday. They will be the 1 seed, and they don't even have to leave San Francisco. The Super Bowl's in San Francisco. They play at home this week. They play whatever. They get a week off. They play a couple of more games. They get a week off. They play in the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, it sets up perfectly for them, and I think people are sleeping on them.
Before the season started, I bet the Super Bowl matchup to be the San Francisco 49ers against your Buffalo Bills, Gabe. And a big part of the reason I did that, obviously they have very good rosters, had very good talent coming into the season. They were, a couple of the guys at the top of the odds board to begin with. But the fact that they both had easy schedules and they both had their final 2 games of the regular season at home, meaning if they had a good playoff seed, they weren't going to have to spend much time on the road, if anything. And, I think that's a good way to sometimes handicap a Super Bowl future. I cashed out. I got all my money back when Bosa and Warner got injured. And now I'm back in that position where I wouldn't mind having that ticket.
Oh, no. You sold the stock.
More with Brady again if we come back. Keep live.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. And unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got a Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, don't look now, but here come the Los Angeles Rams. They have it at the Atlanta 35-yard line, right down the field. They even got a long run out of Kyron Williams from about 15, 20 yards. So it's down to pick them on the money line, minus 108 for the Rams and minus 118 for the Falcons. You can grab the Falcons or the Rams. They just locked it, so maybe something else is happening. But you grab the Rams. It was plus 2.5, but it's even money now. Wow. Falcons going to blow this, Brady. They're going to actually blow this game. You watch. Wow.
Yeah, I told you. The Rams are going to cover the spread when it's all said and done. They're going to cover. They're going to win by 7 points.
That would be one hell of a bad beat.
Or they'll win by 6 in overtime.
How? Yeah. I'm surprised. The Falcons are still a 2.5-point favorite, which kind of surprises me. I would think the Rams 2.5 at this point with them driving. 2nd and 8 on the 33. I mean, what's the number that they're going to score a touchdown? I would say it's a favorite that they're going to get a touchdown on this drive.
Yeah. I mean,
the numbers baffled me all game in this game, to be honest. The in-game numbers have been strange. And the only thing is Stafford's a little shaky here. So we got to hope he doesn't throw an interception.
Thrown 2 picks tonight, so that's not like him.
Yeah, it's back up.
We got a 3rd down coming up here. Too. And we'll find out, guys, whether they try to kick a field goal or not here. We'll see. We just discussed it, right? So it's 3rd and 8. I guess depends on what happens here on, if it's 4th and 2, et cetera, whatnot.
On the down and distance. He went for it earlier in this half on 4th and 5.
I don't think he'll kick the field goal. I think he'll go for it here,
4th and 5 or less, I think you're right. If he doesn't gain anything here, if it's 4th and 8, I think he'll kick it.
I mean, realistically, he probably should. I hope he doesn't. But if it's 4th and 8,
mute. Matt Stafford botched the snap, and it was recovered by the Falcons in return for 30 yards. You can't make this up.
Wow. Kidding me. What? Wow.
Talking about Stafford in the Super Bowl, there's a flag on the play, guys, but McVay doesn't seem to be celebrating.
Probably on the return.
Let's see what it might have been an illegal. Oh boy.
What do we got?
Oh boy.
First
Offside.
Down?
The Falcons screwed themselves, and all the guys on defense are doing the dance in the end zone. They all ran with the ball in the end zone and everything.
Oh man.
You're offside.
You bozos.
That's very
How
Atlanta
could you do that?
Falcon-ish.
How could you do that? Like,
Hey, can we
Stafford
start
botched
saying,
the
like,
snap on his
wow.
own. Like, that's such a Falcon thing, guys. That's what I was talking about. It's like, guys, he did it, and we screwed ourselves by jumping offside when he botched the snap. Like,
hey, now that Harbaugh's taken over in Los Angeles, can we quit saying the Chargers are going to Charger, and the new one should be the Falcons are going to Falcon? I mean,
Yeah.
the Falcons
It might
find
be
a
the
way
Rams
to
are gonna
Falcon all
ram.
the time.
the Bills are going to bill. There's a lot of them. The Chargers, there's a lot of them. Like, don't worry, the
I heard a
Chargers still
great
have
line.
time to charge.
I heard a great line
still have
over the
time.
weekend that said the Chargers lost and found a way to knock Phillip Rivers out of the playoffs again. That was pretty funny.
Poor Philip.
That's
Philip got another
unbelievable.
5 years of an NFL pension for his 10 kids, so he
Yes,
he did all right.
All
Hey,
right,
in this
4th and
wacky
3.
division, the NFC South.
Well, they got
who-
stopped again.
Come out on top.
So
Yeah.
they got stopped again here. So they got the penalty, but here they are in a 4th and 2. So yeah, they're gonna have
4th
to
and
go
2.
for this. Like, they're not kicking any field goal.
They're
here.
going for
10
this
minutes
for sure.
left. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
you
probably
figure how many
will.
times they get the ball back? Twice, maybe.
Yeah.
Once for once we know, but
Probably twice.
Got to figure some throw it to Puka, right? If he was a smart.
this game is just full of big plays. I got to tell you what. I almost
What
don't want to ruin it for everybody. Pick freaking
Touchdown?
6. Stafford
Oh,
is
my
just a
goodness.
menace to society.
Wow.
Pick 6.
That's 2 in the same game. My goodness. Yeah, I talked about playing your
Wow.
best football in December. Boy, the Rams are not. Let's see. That was on the road at Seattle, the last game, right? Yeah. 2 road games in
Yeah.
a row. And they obviously played very well in that game. Not tonight, though.
I needed a Rams
That's
touchdown to make it
unbelievable.
48 to guarantee the over. Now I'm still lingering at 48. I got 48 and a half and 49. Oh, great.
I think you're going to be
I'm
9
afraid to
minutes
even
left.
see
a
the
lot
play.
of time left.
Yeah.
I've never been a big Matthew Stafford fan. I just.
Well, Drake
I
May
know,
just
like
won the
with
MVP
Detroit,
tonight. Drake May
do you-
just won the MVP.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
good
do you
point,
like
Gabe.
having a Drake May ticket in your pocket right now?
Yeah, good point. Can't give it to this
Now,
guy.
did he
Who's
step
the
out
coach
of
of the year?
bounds here?
Who's the coach of
Oh,
the year?
there's no
Is it Vrabel
touchdown,
or
guys. My
Shanahan?
apologies.
Or- no?
What do we got? Pick
It's a
6
pick
or not a
6.
pick? But it's
He stepped
Interception,
out
though?
of bounds on the return.
Okay.
All right.
So it's an interception, just not a touchdown.
where do they have the ball? I'll tell
It's
you
like
in a second.
midfield.
Let me see the play.
I'm not
So this
getting any
total-
updates. I see the
This
15-yard
total-
line of LA. Rams 15-yard line.
About the 40-yard line, I think it'll
Gosh, this whole
be. Yeah,
thing
right
is
at the
crazy.
Rams 40.
No, there's a penalty on the play after the play type of deal. I think because Atlanta, I don't know if they excessively celebrated or
Guys took their helmets off. He had a
sideline
Falcons attack
interference again. Man, we see a lot of this. The stupid coaches got in the ref's
Yeah.
way.
Not
Sideline
surprising, gotta
interference
be Atlanta.
penalty.
Yeah.
on Atlanta. All right, bring it
Yeah, a
back
bunch of
little bit.
Atlanta coaches started running down the field and players running down the field. I think it was the strength and conditioning coach.
They'll
Oh, you know
find a way
what?
to screw it up.
It was actually one of the coaches on the Falcons ran outside the box and someone tried to stop him. Like, a little bit of chaos. Like, the Falcons just screw everything up, even when something goes well for them. So still a
Well,
24-17
like they
game.
were offside the time before
Yeah.
when Stafford fumbled
Yeah,
the
think
snap.
about it. Offside, they get the ball back, pick 6. No, they step out of
Yeah,
bounds
and
and they
then
got
a penalty.
interference. They got a standing at a
And the guy
interference
just ran
penalty
out of
with the ref.
bounds too. He just ran. I mean, there was some flow of defensive players, but it wasn't like he just, had a
No,
foot
he
out of
could.
bounds.
He wasted a touchdown. Exactly. There was no
Yeah.
need to go out of bounds. Like, he just was careless.
By the way, Boy Jr. there, genius. Fourth and 2. Game basically maybe on the line, and it is on the play for Terrence Ferguson when you got Puka Nacua. I would be okay with Karen Williams. I'd be okay with Parkinson, who's pretty good. I'd be okay with you're gonna design a play for Terrence Ferguson. Really?
Yeah, I would have liked. I wouldn't have minded Williams running it.
Yeah. At least not at the middle, but I mean that's just
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. I had no faith in his
Well,
Rams
now
team.
they got the stop. We got a big fourth. Now Atlanta's in like a 4th and 2.
Your total comes into play here now too, Gabe. It's in the live market. It's down to 50.5. I mean, you got 7.5 minutes left now. Tick, 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 and you still need what? How many? You need what? 8 points.
I need 8 points. Yeah,
I don't know. Might be hard to come by.
You need a tie. You need to touchdown to tie. That's basically
that's why the 24-24 with the Rams was perfect.
Yeah.
Atlanta's wussing out here. They got, you know what? This is bad. It's 4th and
Shocking. Seeing Raheem Morris blow a fourth quarter lead. That's never happened before, has it?
Yeah, it's midfield. You're up by 7. You got nothing to lose. It's 4th and 2.
Just
go for it. It's from the 50. They're giving the Rams an opportunity to tie the game. That's point blank.
That's horrible coaching, Raheem.
They punted it.
You got it.
Yeah, that's this. Wow. Who is this guy, man? That is so bad. I mean, come on.
And you have Bijan Robinson on your team. You have Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
It's like
who's having a big day?
And if it doesn't work, what fan can bitch at you after or in the media?
Yeah.
You go, hey, I gave it to Bijan Robinson. 99 times out of 100, he gets 2 yards. No one can even cry if you gave it to him.
It to him.
He's averaging 9.5 yards a carry tonight. He's got 176 yards. It's 4th and 1 from midfield, and you're 6 and 9, coach.
And they throw on 3rd and 2. I should mention.
Yeah. Brady, good job, man. Appreciate it.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October, unless they get a really good veteran quarterback. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this hit maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again, Brady Cannon, for joining us, as he does with our Monday and Thursday night games. Quick little peek, we'll head right back to the football, but just one little note with the NBA. Boy, a lot of scoring tonight. I think every game except 2 went over. 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 6-3, I think, 7-3. 7 overs and out of the first 10 games. You got the Dallas and the Portland Jailblazers, as we say, tipping off here in just a couple of seconds. And playing Cooper Flag over 23.5 points He's been on fire. They finally bumped his number up from the 18, 19 and a half, but I still think he gets 24 against a bad Portland team. So,
Though,
Rams
on the
got ball,
season,
though, Gabe. Here we go.
on
7.5
the
minutes
season,
left. They moved it out to
the
right around
over
midfield. They got a shot.
on the season in the NBA, the over-unders is 50.4% to the over, 49.6% to the under. So it feels like there's a lot of overs in the NBA, but it's stone cold 50%.
Yeah.
Just point
it's like
blank.
we talked about with the college basketball. They bumped the numbers up so high that, even a one, I had a 120, 115 game the other day. I forget who it was. And the game went under. I just figured, okay, 120, 115, that went over. But the over-under was like 137 and a half. It went under by 2 or 3 points. That's why you have those numbers.
Yeah, it's like the long field goals when they're 54 and a half, right? So they start to price you out of the market. But the most profitable, like I said, so the totals, guys, it feels like there's a lot of overs and stuff, but the numbers are so high that it's 50-50. The most successful betting trend in the NBA so far this year has been home underdogs. 112 and 82. Home underdogs with 5 pushes, 57.7%. Home dogs. Wow. As a whole, underdogs. This is against the spread. Underdogs have covered 54.5% of the time so far. So underdogs and home dogs have been away, and here's a deep pass into the end zone, and we got a flag on the play, and we just got a Puka Nacua touchdown, Scott, on a bomb. But I don't want to get excited because I don't know. I have no idea what the flag is. And, of course, the flag is on the Rams for a holding that just took away a Puka Nacua 50-yard touchdown bomb. You got to be kidding me.
Finding more ways to shoot themselves in the foot tonight. Man.
Wow. That would have put Stafford over, like, right up there with the number. Yeah, would have put him over. He's at 241 right now. He would have been at, like, 291. So would have put Stafford over and would have been a tied the game. And it would have put Nacua. Nacua would have scored a touchdown. All for nothing. Unbelievable. Son of a. That was a big play, too.
I mean, they're all real holdings, but
yeah, it was what it was. It was, and Nakua's at 36 yards now. Instead, he would have just popped up to like, wow, what a turning point. And now it's 1st and 20. So instead of a touchdown, it's 1st and 20.
Yeah.
And the clock is ticking away, guys. We got like 4 minutes left in this game now.
I mean, hell of a catch, too. I'm just seeing it now. Wow.
Yeah. Just would have been a classic play to tie the game. I knew not to get excited. I saw the flag, and I was like, all right, come on. But, man, there's been a lot of big flags in this game tonight that have hurt the game.
This game, should have been over an hour ago as far as, touchdowns being called back. Let me see the holding penalty.
I know.
Guy fell to the ground. If that was the penalty game, that is the biggest sucker move in the NFL. Defensive line.
And the lineman was a lot bigger than the dude, too. It was like a linebacker, like DCB type player. It was all right, big play Rams here. So the football god sort of gave it back to us. First down on the 10-yard line. Oh, God, now there's another flag, late flag. You got to be kidding me. No way. You can't tell me the Rams are beating themselves like this again.
What happened now? I see it first.
I'm not sure.
First down. No? Bringing it back?
I think it might be on the Falcons this time, actually. The Rams are moving forward.
First and goal, 10.
Yeah, the Rams aren't upset right now, just for the record. But I don't. Yeah, all right. It's all right. I think they picked the flag up. I think there was no flag.
Now you got to start worrying about him going for 2 if, in fact, they do score.
Oh, God. I said we talked about McVay. He's a nut job. Like, all right, they just scored. Boom, touchdown. And it's Nacua, of all people. So
right. All right. 3.5 minutes left, Coach. Just kick the extra point. Just kick the extra point.
That's pretty badass, Scott. That's when you know you're good. They just sort of flick the switch. It's like, all right, you took away our 50-yard touchdown pass to Nacua. We're going to get a Nacua touchdown in a minute anyway. So boom. Right, they did it again. This time an 11-yard touchdown, but there was the Nacua touchdown that we bet on, so I like to hit the touchdown prop late. We're not going to hit the yardage for him, but We got screwed with the yards, though, with Stafford on that. I'm not totally happy about that. But they kicked the extra point, guys. 24-24.
Nice. I'm seeing it now. All right. Not that we won overtime, but
Yeah, the over's not a guarantee yet. Well, you know what? Vinny, our producer, Vinny, likes overtime games. He says, you know what? I hope tonight's an overtime game. I like to hang out as long as I can with you guys. So he's excited about it.
Yeah, he
I
wants
was
to be
going to
there
say,
forever.
hey.
He
I
would be
was
like
going to say.
the guy in the TV commercial, the Allstate commercial, who doesn't go home. He sleeps at the job.
Yeah.
Like, what home? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
there's
now,
a touchdown
barring
to
anything
Kua,
crazy,
but
you'll hit the over. Now we just need the
well,
Rams.
that's the whole
to
thing.
win.
I would say that, but it is a possibility that no one scores. In this game, it ain't going to happen because there's too many interceptions and weird big plays and stuff like that. I don't want to jinx it, but we've only had, one tie this year? So it's only happened once.
Yeah.
The Green Bay and Dallas game.
Puka's got
Green Bay came close
the
to
47
tying
yarder
again.
Updated odds. How about that? All right. Boy, the Falcons lose this one. Ooh. Puka's got he's got more than one reception there. 5 receptions for 47 yards. All right. He's still under his number. You got a ways to go.
Yeah, the touchdown will make fantasy players at least. It'll soften the blow for them a little bit.
That'll soften the blow. Yep. All right, we're coming up to Game Live.
Let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October, unless they get a really good veteran quarterback. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got Dunze, he's got you got DJ Moore, you got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. So we're at the 2-minute warning. Falcons and Rams tied at 24. Falcons just received the opening kickoff. So they got the football at their own 46-yard line right now. 1st and 10. What do they need? Indoors, 15 yards. If you're at their own 46, get it to the Rams 40 for 57-yarder. They already had one field goal blocked, so maybe attack on in about 15 to 20 yards, I'd say, Gabe.
He made a 56-yarder. So he already made a 56-yarder.
You're right. Yeah.
With room to spare. So I would imagine 60 in with the game on the line.
Yeah.
Will he
So
make
about
it?
15
Will he get
yards in.
blocked? Right. So, yeah, they're not far off. If you're the Rams right now, you have to start thinking about trying to get the ball back one more time after this, more than anything.
Yeah. Got to use your timeouts, right? They got 3 timeouts. So no matter what the Falcons do, time's not going to be a problem for them. So if you're the Rams, you got to use your timeouts. Simple as that.
NHL update.
Yep.
Kraken just scored 2-1 on the Canucks actually after a period of play. But we told everybody in game when it was 2-1 at the time. Buffalo Sabres and the St. Louis Blues under 6.5, and the Sabres scorching streak continues. The Sabres win 4-2 on the road. They come back. They were down. They come back. They were losing 2-1 after the first period. They end up winning the game 4-2 to win their 9th game in a row, man. They were minus 115 road favorites, so the odds makers starting to catch on a little bit. Sabres were road favorites tonight, small favorites, but 115, game stays under the 6.5, so a nice 1-2 punch right there. But got to ride the hot hand right now. This Sabre team is unbelievable.
I tell you, the amazing thing about that is, Gabe, I'm looking at their schedule now. The road game wins in this streak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. 6 of their 9 wins have been on the road. No, like monster Edmonton, maybe in overtime, but Vancouver, Seattle, Devils, Ottawa, but still, winning any game for Buffalo.
You know what's crazy though, Scott?
But
they've won 9 in a row and they're still not in the playoffs. they're actually tied for a playoff spot now, but that's pretty wild. Like they've racked up 18 points, guys, in like the last 9 games, and they've played themselves. They're tiebreaker, whatever. They're out right now, but technically they've got 44 points now, and Florida's got 44, and Washington's got 45. Wow. So they played themselves into this thing.
Just goes to show how hard it is to really gain points in the NHL, with teams getting 1 points with ties and everything else, or overtime games. Obviously, it's not easy. So 18 straight points, and you're still, basically on the outside looking in. But that's a pretty good run for them. I don't know if I'm necessarily buying into them, but 9 in a row. You can't beat Topeka High 9 straight times.
It's almost like, though, like a basketball team that rallies back from so far down. They're going to run out of energy. So, like the Sabres just went on this big streak just to get even with the bottom of the wild card type thing standings to get of the wild card chase. Are they going to be able to keep this up and the tempo up? But then you sort of look and you got to, so you don't look at it like that. If you're them, you sort of look at it like, all right, we've got to play better than these teams that are ahead of us, right? Like you've got to sort of, all right, can we catch Florida? Florida probably get better as the year goes on. Washington, Washington or Washington. They kind of are who they are. I don't think they're going to get better or worse. I think they're just going to sort of be who they are. I don't know if the Flyers keep up their pace, Scott. I'd say the Flyers are overachieving.
Yeah.
Look at the Penguins. Like the Penguins have played good hockey, and they're even like they're not going to make the playoffs. Yeah. Eastern Conference is good this year. I'll give it credit. There's better team. It's a deep conference this year. There's a lot of good teams.
The only team I really have faith in would be Carolina. Like I don't think Carolina's going to drop off. They may not win, but they would be like I could see the Islanders falling back, Flyers falling back, Capitals, Rangers.
Red Wings are overachieving.
Red Wings overachieving.
They got 49 points. Carolina's not going to fade. I think the Islanders will sort of keep plugging away.
The Eastern Conference is like the NFL. Like there's no if you want to tell me
there's
Carolina,
no dominant team,
right?
but there's a bunch of good young teams, right? There's a bunch of good teams. They're not bad. And in the West, you just got like murderer's row. There's the heavyweights are in the West.
Yeah, the big boys. I mean that's going to be a great playoff. I mean every matchup as we had last year, every one. Colorado.
Like to put in context, guys. The team with the best record in the East, the Carolina Hurricanes, they got 51 points. Colorado have 63. Dallas have 57. Minnesota have 52. Minnesota would be the number 1 team in Eastern Conference. They're in 3rd place in their division.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it put it in context, guys. They're in 3rd place in their division. It'd be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
In the whole conference, yeah. So, all right, let's see if we get a stand for the Rams.
let's play a little buy or sell. I think it's pretty evident that despite being one of the best tight ends in the history of the NFL, Travis Kelce's play and physicality and everything, with all due respect, took a big step back. This was easily his worst physical season of all. He just didn't look like himself. Travis Kelce will retire after the season. Buy or sell?
Yeah, I'm probably 60-40 on this that he retires. The only thing I'd say that maybe he returns is because he doesn't want to end the way it ended, not making the playoffs and that sort of thing. But let's just say for Gabriel and Mahomes, he isn't going to be ready for September or October. Unless they get a really good veteran quarterback, maybe he doesn't want to deal with that either. Go through a training camp, and he may not make the playoffs either next year. So I'm probably 60-40. I think he's done. Too bad. Hall of Fame career. I guess good luck with Travis Swift and your podcast with Jason.
I'm buying this. Andy Reid addressing this question this week. Why? He could have just deferred and said, I don't know, we'll see. Fully answered the question about this maybe being his last game. What does that tell you? He knows. Everybody knows. I'm not 60-40, 90-10. I'm on buy. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You'd rather have Nix over Caleb Williams in a dynasty league.
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to go Caleb here, mainly because he has more running ability than Nix. I think he'll also stay healthier than Nix. I might like his receivers more as well. He's got a Dunze. He's got you got DJ Moore. You got the good tight ends here. Probably do lean towards Williams here. Not by a hell of a lot. It wouldn't be an easiest choice here, but I'm going to go with Caleb Williams here.
I would agree. It's not that I think that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Sean Payton. I think Ben Johnson is better for Caleb Williams than Sean Payton will be for Bo Nix. I think running is going to be a big part of what Denver does in the future. So there you go. I'll sell.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
Hi, welcome back in Game Live. 51-yard field goal is good, actually scoring while we were away for Atlanta, and the Falcons lead at 27-24, 21 seconds left. Rams with no timeouts. Any kind of luck, the ball goes into the end zone, and you can start from your own 30-yard line with 21 seconds left. You can run 3 or 4 plays. At this point, Gabe, the goal. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the goal is a Hail Mary. Get it to right around the 50-yard line or so with a second or two left.
You don't need that much. In today's NFL, you don't, with today's kickers, especially in a dome, you get it to the 45-yard line of the other team. You got a puncher's chance. And Atlanta screwed this up. They kicked it into the end zone. So it doesn't take any time off the clock.
That's
and they get it now at the 35. Boom, just like that.
Little things like that. Yeah, little things like that, Gabe. That's
when you squib it, Scott.
Things.
You line drive it down the middle of the field. Boom. You just kick it right, like just a quick squib. It'll take off like 8, 12 seconds, and it might even kill the clock, guys. Once the ball starts doing weird things, guys might throw it backwards, and who knows what they're going to do.
Yeah.
No time goes off the clock. 21 seconds. They got the ball at their 35-yard line. They're a couple of plays away here.
Yeah. What do you think, 60 and less, you kick a field goal? Anything more than 60, you do a Hail Mary?
Unbelievable. Stafford had a wide-open receiver, and he missed him. It would have been field goal range just like that. He missed him. Wow. He was wide open. Oh, my God.
Man.
Stafford's just off tonight.
He's just off. Just
Look
off.
at this, Scott. Wide open. Like they would have the ball on the 20-yard line.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, Stafford. There, I got over 281.5, and he's at 269 right now, too, guys. I need another completion or two here. And he just misses. It would have been like, well, there's that. Look at this. Wide open, guys. If that ball is thrown properly, it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like you hit him in stride, that's a touchdown.
Hit him in stride. Get him running. Man. I'm not a big Stafford fan. I said it before. I know he's got his Super Bowl. I know he's going into the Hall of Fame, but I used to make fun of him all the time. He would choke and blow every single close game when he was with the Lions. Got a reprieve. Got the job done. I get all that, but He's got more.
And he didn't
funk
play
with
well.
him in
He
games
actually
like
didn't
this.
play well in that Super Bowl. Aaron Jones won the Super Bowl for him. Aaron Donald.
Right.
Aaron
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald won the Super Bowl for him. It was the defense.
Yeah.
The Falcons called the timeout, so we're running out of track. Though they're going to have to complete a pass. Now they're going for it all here.
Yeah.
They're just throwing a freaking bomb, and it's incomplete.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like the play call here. Why a bomb now?
Yeah. You know why?
Especially
Because Smith
Stafford's
was
off.
wide open on the last play. That's probably why they're like, geez, man, they do it again. Wide
This
open.
one this was a better pass. It could have been kind of caught. It was nice defense. It was right there. It hit his hands, actually. So the thing is, guys, you don't need that big chunk, just like two in a row here. You just throw it to Nakua for 12, 15 yards, guys. Like 2 passes, and you could have been in field goal range instead of these bombs. Falcons get away with a grab on a pass interference there, but it's going to happen. 9 seconds left, but they're running out of, they got one more play. You know what I mean? They got time for a play and a field goal here, essentially.
Yeah.
Now 7 seconds.
Jeez. They're killing us here. And they haven't gained a yard. Still at their own 35-yard line. They got the gift of the ball being kicked into the end zone.
And Scott, I don't understand. They don't have any timeouts. So, throwing that bomb, even if it was caught, they wouldn't have been able to run down the field and snap the ball in time.
Right. That's the other thing. You're right. If it's in the middle of the field. I don't
understand the play call. If he catches that, okay, how the hell are your big offensive line? How is everyone going to run down the field in 10 seconds or 12 seconds and spike the ball?
And spike the ball.
You wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
The play calling is bizarre here, Scott. Why aren't they doing quick hits to the sidelines? Just, all right, 7 yards, 5 yards, hurry up, get out of bounds, type thing.
Yeah. Even if you threw it in the middle of the field, but 10 yards down the field, you'd have time to run up and spike it. So.
You got to be kidding me. Don't tell me they just pulled this off and Puka Nakua just caught this. No way.
Touchdown?
No, so 10 seconds left, 3rd and 10.
Right.
They throw another bomb.
Right.
They throw another bomb that was a terrible pass that there was no way he caught this. I think he got both feet down, guys. Scott, we're going to have a big review coming up here. This is one of these. Did he get both toes down? Nakua goes up. Look at this. Look at this catch. This is unbelievable. Did he have possession of it and all that?
This would be the yard.
Both his feet are in.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a catch. That's a catch, guys. This is insane of a catch. The guy on the Falcons had it, and Puka sort of, the ball moved at the end. I don't know, guys. It's going to be one of these. You're killing me on this.
Everything is
there's
locked.
There's an official review on the play.
There
and
would
this
be
is
5
everything, too. It's Stafford, my prop, the game. This is everything.
The game, the whole kit and caboodle. 5 seconds left there would be left on the clock if it's a catch. Wow.
Ruling on the field, incomplete pass. So it would have to be overturned.
Overturned.
Dude, this is ridiculous because he caught it, but the ball did move. So it's one of these, you got to be kidding me. You're going to rob him of this catch because the ball moved? The ball came out of one arm and went into the other arm as he was going down.
I mean, it could move as long as it doesn't move. He can move it versus it being juggled.
He had it in one arm, he goes down, and it ends up in the other arm. It literally in the air. It went from one hand to another hand.
He goes from his left hand. Oh,
they called it incomplete. No catch.
Let me see.
Wow.
He's got in his left.
Wow.
I don't know.
Maybe if you didn't rip the officials, Puka, and say that they suck, they would have gotten that call.
Exactly. Exactly, right? I'm not seeing anywhere it moved. He's got it in his left hand, one hand, literally.
He's robbed. It's a dumb rule, man. Who cares if the ball moved? It didn't hit the ground. It was a sick catch, and we got robbed. And I'm stuck at 269 here. I got over 281 and a half. I just can't get this last one. Now they don't have a choice. There's 4 seconds left. They have to throw a Hail Mary.
Go. Yeah.
This was terrible play calling by McVay and the Rams. Terrible.
Yeah.
Seriously, you get on the 35-yard line. All you got to do is complete 2 passes. You keep on throwing these bombs over and over.
It did pop out of his hand. It didn't switch hands, but it popped out of his hands. Son of a gun. Wow.
Oh, it switched hands. It went from one hand into his other hand, but it never hit the ground.
But it never hit the ground, but he's out of bounds.
Terrible play calling by the Rams, though. Like, seriously, you're at the 35-yard line. You had 20 seconds left. You got Puka Nacua. All you got to do is just throw a quick out. Boom, 12 yards. Couple of creep down the sideline, step out of bounds. Creep down the sideline, step out of bounds. Next thing you know, you got to punch the shot. Instead, they just keep throwing one bomb after another. He missed the first one that was wide open. The second one was tough.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to complete those. And they were throwing deep passes the whole game. Now, all of a sudden, they want to decide to throw the deep passes.
Yeah, now he goes for a quick hit on the sideline, on Ford. You got to be kidding me. It's just, you can't.
Yeah.
Dude, we talked about McVay doing weird things in the game, guys.
Yeah.
Now he throws sort of a moderate pass just to the 35 with 5 seconds left. Well, why don't you do that with 20 seconds left?
Yeah. What is that going to get you?
At least the game went over.
Yeah. Game ends 27-24. Falcons win. Wow. Survivor pool players, if you had the Rams, as I know a couple of guys did in our pool, yeah. They haven't adjusted the numbers on Stafford. He's still sitting at 269, but those last couple of yards might have put you over. So, all right, that'll do it for us. Good job by all the folks here on the grid. Gabe and I will be back tomorrow night. Hopefully made a couple shekels along the way. We'll talk to you then. 27-24, Falcons win.